Alright, so I guess I'm talking about tennis today. Well, for starters, I do play tennis. I've been playing since I was, I want to say 10 or 11. Sometime in middle school, because I knew I needed a sport to play in high school, because I didn't want to be in PE. So I picked up tennis, because there was a couple of reasons why for tennis. Tennis is a non-contact sport, which means I wouldn't get killed if the team I'm playing is not very nice. And in general, tennis has lower injuries as long as you don't do anything stupid. And this is really stupid, but I wanted to play tennis because while I was in China during one summer, I watched a lot of Prince of Tennis, like the anime on TV. And it was pretty cool. Like, I didn't know that obviously the stuff they do in that TV show isn't possible in real life. Like, they would hit the ball so it would curve around the pole. Like, there is something like that in real life that's pretty close to that, but nothing quite to the extent of the anime. Yeah, so tennis. I play in high school. I am on varsity. I made it last year. And it's all right. I used to be a lot more serious about tennis than I am now, but I still enjoy tennis. I like going outside and hitting the courts and hitting balls. Sometimes really, really fast ones. Yeah, so I think I want to say sophomore into junior year. No, it was the year before that. Freshman summer into sophomore year, I was really into tennis. Like, I went to this tennis camp over the summer, and I played probably somewhere between 12 and 16 hours of tennis a week, which probably isn't as a lot as like a lot of better athletes do, but it was a lot for me at the time because the only thing that I've spent so much time on besides a sport, tennis, is video games. So that was a big change. Yeah, but not anymore. Nowadays I play like an hour, no, 2 hours a week, much lower. I used to be, I hate to say it, but I used to be obsessed with tennis gear. Like, I knew all the manufacturers and like the names of rackets and like the specs. I still have them engraved in the back of my head. I just don't really stay updated anymore because I don't really care. I learned that tennis rackets and their different like perks are all advertising. Like, if you're actually a good tennis player, rackets don't really matter that much. I would say shoes matter more than rackets. Like, being able to move on the courts is important. More important than hitting hard balls, I'd say. That's just my opinion. So, my favorite tennis player, considering the era that I grew up playing tennis in, was Roger Federer. I wasn't there for some of his better years, but what I did see before he switched over to the 97 2 years ago was still pretty good. Yeah. I tried his versions, his shoe versions, obviously. So, in case you don't know, the gear that the professionals use are not the same that they sell us, even though they are the same model. So I tried Roger Federer's Vapors. At the time, he was using the Vapor 9s. I've tried the 9s. I've used them for a while. They're alright. But shoes aren't that important. But I'd say they're more important than rackets. I already said that, but I don't know, I'm reinforcing it. Yeah. So, tennis. Tennis is expensive. Rackets originally cost around $200. Most rackets do. or at least cost around that range. You can probably pick some up on sale for like $60 to $100 for good rackets. Like there's obviously like the Sports Chalet or Sports Authority rackets, which all cost below like $60, but those aren't really that good. Tangent, but Sports Chalet and Sports Authority are closed where I live, at least. They went bankrupt. Anyways, back to tennis. Yeah, so why did I like Roger Federer? He was an all-round class act. Like, he was much more professional in the years that I saw him. Like, I know while he was younger, he was like a total whack job sometimes. Like, he smashed rackets too, but not recently, or not in his older years. And the stuff that he did with his rackets are pretty crazy, like hitting crazy shots and doing all sorts of funky stuff with that. Yeah, so if you haven't seen tennis, or if you haven't seen Roger Federer play, do yourself a favor and look him up. Look up some of his craziest shots, and you'll understand why I like tennis. Not that I can actually do any of the stuff he does. It's just extremely entertaining to watch. Yeah, so how many rackets have I gone through in the past 6 years? I've probably gone through 11 or 12 rackets, which was a massive waste of money. But that's money I'll never earn back, I guess, because I'm not doing professional tennis because I'm not good. But it's still fun. I own my own string machine, so I can string my own rackets, which is nice. I save a little money there. Tennis. So a lot of the information, like my research and where I buy stuff, is from Tennis Warehouse and their forum Tennis Talk, or Talk Tennis. Obviously I'm not sponsored, so don't hold anything against me. Yeah, so their website is very clean. It will show you all the cool stuff that companies are putting out. But at the end of the day, it's just a glorified shopping website. But the blog, or not the blog, the forum Talk Tennis is pretty cool. There's a lot of tennis players on there. And there's interesting debates about, who the greatest tennis players are, or how this racket feels and hits, or is this shoe worth it? So if you're a tennis player, you should definitely check out Talk Tennis forums. So personally, the rackets I'm currently using are the Wilson ProSef 85 and the Yonex E-Zone AI 98. Mainly my 85 because I'm not in competitive season right now, so I don't really care about losing. And my shoe of choice right now, I used to use the Nike Air Cage 1s, but they got discontinued and replaced with the Cage 2s, which are nice. And that's the shoe I've been using, the Nike Air Zoom Cage 2s. For any of you gearheads out there, I have relatively wide feet, but normal length, and those shoes fit very nicely. They're definitely not as stable as the Adidas Barricade series, but they are much lighter and much more comfortable. But still not as comfortable as Nike Vapors, obviously. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier I've worn Nike Vapor 9s before, and they burnt out really fast. And for that reason, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're rich. Which, honestly, if you play Combat Arms, you probably aren't. But, never know. Tennis. So at school, when I was a starter, I mainly played doubles. I don't mind. I actually prefer doubles. It's I think the more fun tennis. It keeps the more casual vibe more than competitive. Yeah, so doubles is more fun than singles. But there are both competitive sides to singles and doubles, so it's not like one's the polar end of the other. And yeah, I mean, that's all I had to say for tennis. There's definitely more stuff to talk about, but it's very small details and very specific tennis related stuff that won't make sense to most of you guys. So in short, I guess the main takeaways from my rant slash commentary slash just me talking is I picked up tennis because it looked cool in an anime and I didn't want to do PE. But it's all cool. It's all good. I like tennis. It's become my favorite sport. Prior to tennis, it was probably basketball because everyone played basketball and that was fun. But I can appreciate the singularity, the individualness of tennis. So yeah, that's all I had for today. The video's getting long. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.